Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hey Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Ram 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 Hari Hari.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
हरि नाम संकीर्तन की
की जय
श्रीला प्रभुपाद
की
की
जय
श्री श्री निताय गौर नटराज की
जय
हरि बोल।
His Grace मनोहर कृष्णदास की जय ISKCON Cincinnati की जय Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, everybody has got a lot of energy after this wonderful kirtan. And today is also a very auspicious day where we are going to begin have a very auspicious start to something very, very special, right? So, as we know, as the topic here on the screen already states, the month of mercy, merciful, full flow of mercy is going to begin. Why? Anybody remembers what is going to start? Hari Bol, yes, Kartik, the month of Kartik is going to start, which is the month of Srimati Radharani. It is also called the Urja month. It is a month of energy. You get a lot of energy from Srimati Radharani. She is the energy potency of the Lord. And we had all these wonderful little sparks of Srimati Radharani here, all the wonderful little ISKCON Cincinnati kids. So that's why there was energy in the kirtan today also. Initially it was a little slow to start, but when it started, we saw the energy. So without further ado, let's welcome a very familiar face. Hopefully everybody here knows who's on our Vyasasana today. So we have His Grace Adi Guru Prabhu. Let's welcome him by chanting Hari Bol 3 times. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So as we know, Adi Guru Prabhu is a very sincere disciple of His Holiness Giriraj Swami Maharaj. So Prabhu has been part of ISKCON Cincinnati for many, many years now, and not just him, but his whole family, and also now their mothers and their, extended families who live in other places in Ohio. Everybody has been visiting here. So we are so grateful that they have been so nicely contributing to so many activities. And Prabhu also is our secretary of ISKCON Cincinnati. And, he's a doctor by profession. He's a cardiovascular surgeon. So as I always say, these doctors are very special for us. Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada have sent them to us because in this world, everybody needs material doctors for our body. But we are very, very fortunate that we have some doctors who are also doctors for the soul, right? So like Prem Vilas Prabhu was here from Columbus, Jerry Prabhu is here, Vishwanath Prabhu is here, and all these families of doctors. So we are very, very grateful. So again, we want to welcome him, and he's going to kick us off. So this is a 6-part series, as we already shared in the flyer. Jerry Prabhu has very nicely orchestrated all of this behind the scenes, as he always does. So we have next 6 weekends. So Kartik's actually starting next week on Tuesday, but we are going to start this so that we actually get into the mood of how to celebrate Kartik. What should be our mood, and how can we get the most out of this merciful month? So there will be six series over the next 6 weeks, and it will culminate on November 8th. So let's start with Adi Guru Prabhu. Hari Hari Bo.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Can you hear me? Okay, I'll request the Matajis who are sitting over there. As I am getting older, my distant vision is going away. So please come closer. Prabhujis, you also please come closer. Prabhuji, if you're sitting on that corner, please come in the center here so that you can see. I have something on the slide that will be relevant, so you could see the slide.
Yes.
I think the
And-
volume can go down a little bit. It's echoing. Yeah, Prabhu, I think this is good. Is this good? Mataji, you doing okay? I see you have a brace in your foot now. Yeah. All glories to your service. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I think there was somebody in the flyer who was saying.
No, flyer.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so while this class is going on, as we always, if anybody is new here who has kids, I see there are some kids here, but I think Mataji, if kids want to go for the kids class, we have kids class, we have Dhruva class, and then we have the Bal Gopal class. I think Priya Radhika Mataji is taking the Bal Gopal class, and I'll take the Dhruva class. So we will learn something about Srimad Bhagavatam there with the kids. And is anybody here who doesn't understand English? Anybody here who doesn't understand English? No? Okay, everybody understands English, so that's good. All right. Phones, yeah, if anybody, make sure that you can make your phones on silent mode, that way we are not disturbing during the class. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. In the interest of time, we'll do a very short Jai Radha Madhav, and then we will discuss. See, if it is good, it is because of all the acharyas. Whatever I speak, if it is not good, if it is wrong, it's my own fault, so please forgive me. We'll sing Mangalacharan together. It's up there. So I know most of you know. Those of you who you do not know, just try to sing. Sing it loud. It will be very nice. It brings out good vibrations. So we'll all sing together. Om Ajnana-Tirandasya Jnana-Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathamritam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savaduktam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhantamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschadadeshatarine Namo Mahavanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauraje Namaha Panchatattva-atmakam Krishnam Bhakta-rupa Sarupakam Bhaktavatanam Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta-shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you, dear devotees. So this is the topic for today, the month of mercy, glories of Kartik, and how to deepen devotion I was given. So I thought how to deepen our devotion. We'll talk about that in this month of Kartik. So kind of like have two parts to the talk so that everybody is aware as to where we are. We will talk about this month of Kartik. We'll talk about some festivals in this month. Jahari Prabhu has clearly mentioned me not to talk about the leelas that other devotees will talk about specifically. They'll go over individual leelas in detail. I'll touch upon a few of them. And we'll talk about the concept of mercy on sale. We'll talk about extra devotional service that many of us want to do in this month. Then we'll talk about how we can deepen our devotion. And then we'll talk as to, why should we do that? And then talk about the concept of this, getting the right knowledge, leading to right action, and leading to the ultimate goal. And then at the very end, a very different take on Kartik that you may not probably heard that before comes from Srila Prabhupada. So what's our ultimate goal? What do we want to do? Krishna Prem is one. Very good. Eternal service to Radha Krishna. Make Radha Krishna happy. Very nice. Go back to Godhead. Very good. So all this will achieve if we go back to Godhead, right? We can do it here too, but that's our goal. If we do it here, then we'll go back to Godhead. So that is our goal, going back to Godhead. But what is our situation? Our situation is more like this. Imagine when we were little, when we were going to school. All of us have been there. Our father is bringing us home from school, holding our hand. In the evening, it's getting a little dark, and then there is a market fair. You know how street fairs are, summer fair or mela, what happens in it? In that, you insist that, oh, I want to see that toy shop. That's very interesting. The father, being so merciful, takes you to the toy shop. Then you are playing with the toy. And your father is saying, it's getting late, we need to go home. You're saying, no, I want to play more. I want to play more. And from one toy, you go to the next toy, you go to the next toy. So what does the father do? Father will tell you all these stories. Look, we have got that new game at home. If we come home, we'll play. Look, remember the other day we played in the park? You had so much fun in the backyard. Let's go back home. We'll play in the backyard. You don't want to go. Then father is going to say, look, remember when we played at home? So father is going to give so many stories. Why? So that we remember the good time that we have with the father and we go back home. That is what Kartik is. Kartik is so glorious because it is culmination of so many stories and pastimes of the Lord that if we remember, we will develop love and attachment to the Lord, who is our Father. And we are kind of the lost child. We are lost in that fair of the artificial toys, which is this material world. So we have to go back home, back to Godhead. We have to go back to our eternal Father by remembering all the good pastimes that we essentially could be part and parcel of. We play a big role in those pastimes. And we can enter into those pastimes if we really develop that love and attachment. So that's our goal. So why is Kartik so glorious? You know, glories of Kartik are mentioned in all the Vedas and Puranas and all the scriptures. They say, as Satyuga is the best of yugas, and the Vedas are the best of scriptures, and as Ganga is the best of rivers, Kartik is the best of months. And this is most dear to Krishna. So Kartik has a lot of glories associated with it. Kartik glories are described in Skanda Purana quite a lot. They say especially in the month of Kartik or Damodar, which it is also known as, one should do daily worship of Lord Damodar, or who is Krishna, take a bath early in the morning and give charity, follow a fasting vow. These are all the duties of Vaishnava. This is in Skanda Puran. So I'll quote a few more things here that are described for Kartik. There's a conversation between Narada Muni and Shaunaka Rishi in Padma Puran, and it says, "O Brahmanas, any person who tries to observe Kartik month without following the rules and regulations properly, Lord Krishna remains against them because this month is very pleasing to him." So imagine if there is something that is very dear to us, and if somebody is manhandling it or mishandling it, will we be happy? No, right? This center is very dear to us. If kids come here and make a mess out of it, we become a little, although they are kids, but we become a little agitated or angry. So Kartik month is very, very glorious, very dear to Krishna, so we should follow with some rules and regulations. In Skanda Purana, this is again a conversation between Lord Brahma. He says, "Oh son Narada, those Brahmanas who do not give charity in the month of Kartik, perform sacrifice, chant japa, or fast for the Lord Hari are the lowest of mankind." So it's a negative statement, but we can gather what is the contrary. This month of Kartik is the topmost of all other months. It is the most meritorious and purified of all pure months, it says in Skanda Purana. There is also one more verse that goes here. Among all 12 months, the months of Kartik is dear to Lord Krishna. If somebody performs a little worship, now that is what is very important. If somebody performs a little worship for Lord Hari in this month, he offers that devotee his own abode. And that statement is true. So how merciful is Lord Krishna, that in this month, whatever little we do, that goes a long way. So, you know, an investment of 1% gives a return of 1,000%. So just imagine, this is very, very glorious. And why is that? Why is this month so glorious? You know, because this month, the presiding deity of this month is none other than Srimati Radharani. And Srimati Radharani is very, very merciful. Who is more merciful, Krishna or Radharani? Radharani. And which incarnation of Krishna is the most merciful? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? And why is that so? Because he comes in the mood of Radharani. That's why he's so merciful. Namo Maha Vadanyaya. He is the most merciful incarnation. So Kartik month is the month where presiding deity is Srimati Radharani. This month when we take vows, it is also known as Urja Vrata. Urja Vrata means Urja gives energy. Why is that so? Because Radharani is also known as Urjeshwari. She is the potency, she is the internal potency of the Lord. She is the energy of the Lord. Lord has many energies, but the best and the most beautiful is his internal energy, and that is Srimati Radharani. So Srimati Radharani is the energy. That's why this month is known as Urjeshwari. This month is also known as Kartik month. And why is that so? Because Radharani's mother is Kirtida. Kirtida is also known as Kirtika, and her daughter becomes Kartika. And Radharani's one of the name is Kartika Kumari. And that's why this month is known as Kartik month. So that is another reason why Kartik month is there. Kartik month has a lot of festivals in it. We'll just briefly touch upon them and see why Krishna is so happy in this month. Overall, he's very, very happy in this month. That's why this month is very, very merciful. Do you all remember growing up? I see most of the people here are from India, except I see Tasha and Jennifer there, and couple of people who grew up here. But most of you, I see people grew up in India. You must have seen the serials in which there were like kings who would wear big necklace, and their servants will come in their darbar, and they will say, Lord, the queen has delivered a son for you. And the king would be so happy. And he would be like, take a necklace and you take it. So the news and the gift are not in proportion. Why? Because he's very happy. Whenever we are very happy, we don't actually think a lot about how expensive the gift we are buying for our kids or for somebody who we love. We are happy. So this month, Krishna is very happy. Why is that so? Because time and again, this month, in the part of the year also, this is autumn, this is very beautiful all over the world, but this is especially beautiful in Vrindavan. And Krishna has done some amazing pastimes in Vrindavan. You know, one of the very first thing that happens in this month is the singing of Gopi Geet that happens. Now, Kartik, we celebrate from Purnima to Purnima. It goes from the Purnima of the Sharat to the next Purnima. And the Purnima of the Sharat or Sharat Purnima is the night when Krishna was so merciful to all the gopis that he expanded himself into so many forms and he danced with each gopi. And when the gopis thought, oh, I have Krishna, there was a little tinge of pride and then he disappeared. But he only disappeared to increase their love towards him, and that's his sweetness. So that's also his mercy. He's expanding into so many forms and dancing with the gopis is mercy. Him running away is also his mercy. And the gopis then sing this Gopi Geet, which is so beautiful. We'll sing all this every day in this month of Kartik. So this is amazing that happens. The next Leela that I'm going to talk about just in a little is Govardhan Leela. Govardhan was lifted in this month of Kartik by Krishna. Krishna was 7 years old. He lifted on his left hand, pinky finger, 7 days. We will have His Grace Madan Adbhut Prabhu talk in detail about this later. So I'll not talk much about that. What else happened in this month? Bahulashtami. Bahulashtami is we celebrate on an Ashtami. What is Bahulashtami? Bahulashtami is a day when we celebrate the appearance or actually the reappearance of Shyamakund and Radhakund. Shyamakund and Radhakund originally in Krishna Lila were formed earlier in the month of Chaitra, but in Kartik is when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was wandering in Vrindavan, he found them again. So this is the day that is being celebrated. So you see, this is a beautiful thing. There is a killing of Narkasura that happens in Kartik, and we celebrate that as a Narka Chaturdashi. This is the Chaturdashi before Deepavali that we celebrate, right? So Narkasura took how many young princes? 16,000, right? And he hid them. And Krishna went and killed him with Satyabhama. Is that right? So many devotees here are, nodding because they have read these stories. These stories are beautifully described in the Krishna book, and they are an amazing read for you and for your kids as well. So I would highly encourage everybody to read it. It's like you take a name, and it's like a zip file. It opens up the whole story, it goes in your mind. So Krishna then killed Narkasur or Bhaumasur, his also name is Bhaumasur, with Satyabhama, freed up all the 16,000 princes, and then they said, what are we going to do? Our parents are not going to take us. So Krishna, being merciful, say, I'll marry all of you, right? And he builds an individual palace for each one of them. He expands himself into 16,000 forms and lives with each one of them and carries out all the activities of a good husband, including dishes. So all the Prabhujis here, if Matajis request you to do dishes, you got to do dishes. So that is the duty of a good husband, right? You have to follow the instructions of your wife, which Krishna did. He followed all the rules. The next day after Naraka Chaturdashi is Deepavali, or return of Lord Rama. And who can be more merciful than Lord Rama? Look at what he had given to all the devotees of his. So this month we see there are a lot of festivals where Lord displays his mercy. One thing that happens in this month is Gopashtami. So Krishna has, Krishna's age is divided into 4, right? The youngest is Kaumara. Kaumara is from when to when? 0 to 5. The next is Pauganda. Pauganda is from 6 to 10. And then next is Kishora. Kishora is 11 to 15. And then it is Yovana. Yovana is 16 onwards. But Krishna is stuck at 16 or early 16. He's always Nava Yovanam Ja. He's always there. Even though he was 125 years old at the time of his departure here, and like 89 years old at the time of Mahabharat war, but he always looked like 16 years old, because he was spiritual body. He was not this material body, he was spiritual body. So that's Gopashtami happened when he became 6 and he said, I'm getting big. Mama Yashoda, I'm getting big. I got to take care of the cows now. I'm a good, obedient son of my father. Let me go out, and graze cows. And mother says, no, you're so young. No, mother, I'm old. Oh, no, you can't go. No, I need to go. He convinced her. Then she said, okay, how can I prevent him from going? We have to do a good celebration. It has to be an auspicious day. And then through his power, Garg Muni walks in. And then Garg Muni, in order to please Krishna, says, okay, tomorrow is a very auspicious day. You could go tomorrow, right? So then the celebration happens, and then Madhura Yashoda says, but wait, let me stitch some shoes for you. You're going to go in the forest? How can you go without shoes? Mama Yashoda, you got it all wrong. We are the servants of the cows. We can't wear shoes if they can't wear shoes. So if you have to tie shoes for me, you have to stitch shoes for them too. Mother Yashoda did some calculations. They had 9 lakh cows. So how many shoes? 9 lakh times 4. Mother Yashoda says, that's not going to happen. While this was going on, all the cows were hearing this from the Goshala, and they were like tears of joy. Like Krishna, how much he loves. So that night, they all walked out of their barns and went throughout the Vraja Bhumi and tapped all the stones and made it such fine Raja. And that is Vraja Raja. Some areas of Vrindavan where you go, you'll find the sand that is so soft. That's because of that. So Gopashtami, and then Radharani also, dressed as a Gopa there and joined the herd. So that's the only day that we are able to see Radharani's lotus feet. Bali Vaman Leela happened during Kartik. And how merciful is the Lord? He blessed Lord Bali with his foot and then decided to be his doorman, right? Tulsi Shaligram Viva happened in Kartik. Lakshmi Puja we do in Kartik. Why do we do Lakshmi Puja in Kartik? Because Lakshmi Devi appeared in this month. Samudra Manthan happened in this month and Lakshmi Devi came, so we worship Lakshmi Devi. Dhanteras, Lord Dhanvantari came. Lord Dhanvantari, he came with the Amrit pot. That has happened in this month. Lord Kurma. So Samudra Manthan happened, so Lord Kurma avatar happened in this month. Now when the Amrit came, Mohini Murti avatar also happened here. She is the one who decided who to give the Amrit, nectar to. And then, most importantly, Tulsi Maharani appeared in this month. How did that happen? Lord Dhanvantari had a teardrop that fell from his cheek into the Amrit pot, and that's where Tulsi Maharani came through that. So that appearance happened in this month. Lord killed a few demons, Keshi demon, killed Vyomasur. So this month is very glorious. I'm just pointing out a few things out of the nectar. If you really read about this, glories of Kartik are like unlimited, like the glories of the Lord. Akrura came to take the Lord to Mathura this month. That means Lord killed Kansa in this month, right? One important thing, in a different yuga, what happened is Dhruva Maharaj was able to see Lord face to face in this month. So this month is very, very merciful. Ambrish Maharaj pastime happened with Durvasa Muni in this month. Durvasa Muni got really upset at Ambrish Maharaj because he was doing the Ekadashi Vrat of this month, and then Dwashdashi he was trying to break the fast, and Durvasa Muni did not come on time, and so Ambrish Maharaj drank a little water, break the fast, didn't break the fast. Durvasa Muni got upset, and then he cursed Ambrish Maharaj, but the Lord was so merciful that he sent his Sudarshan Chakra against Durvasa Maharaj, Durvasa Muni. So Durvasa Muni ran throughout the universe, could not save. But the Lord is so merciful, he said that you have upset my devotee, only my devotee can sanction mercy for you. So that all happened in this month of Kartik. So this month of Kartik is very, very important. A few more festivals I'll go with. Bhishma Panchak, that happened in Kartik. It's, the last 5 days of Kartik when Bhishma Maharaj, while he was laying on the bed of arrows, he took some vows to do some austerity. One of the important things that happened is Radharani became Vrindavaneshwari. She was coronated at Imli Tala as Vrindavaneshwari. That happened in this month. Govardhan hill was left in this month, so Indra came back to ask forgiveness, and when Indra came back, he came with Surabhi, Mother Surabhi, and they did an Abhishek of Krishna. And from the water of that Abhishek, Govinda Kund was found. So this is another very auspicious place in Vrindavan. One other thing that happened is Utthana Ekadasi. The second Ekadashi of this month of Kartik is actually when the Lord wakes up after the Chaturmas sleep, known as Yoga Nidra. So the Lord sleeps for 4 months in Yoga Nidra, then he wakes up. And who wakes him up? All the demigods. They are running into trouble. So what has happened is this demon Shanka stole all the Vedas and hid underneath the ocean. So this story happened in Kartik. And then Matsya Avatara took place. So the Matsya Avatar of the Lord went in the water, and he then saved the Vedas. So water is very, very auspicious, and it's especially auspicious in the month of Kartik. So whenever we see water, when we drink water, when we bathe, we should remember Matsya Avatara. That's why in Kartik it is recommended that you should take a bath 3 times a day. So you're seeing that the mercy of the festival of Kartik is never ending. Something that is very close to our heart is Srila Prabhupada's disappearance. That happened in Kartik. So it's very, very auspicious. In 1977, in November 14, that happened in Kartik. One of the most important thing is the instruction that Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada, gave to Srila Prabhupada was also in Kartik at Radhakund. What did he say? If you ever have money, print books. That's why our movement is a movement of books. Srila Prabhupada has written so many books. This instruction was given in Radhakund. One of the very sweet pastimes that happened in this month happened not in Bhuma Vrindavan, but in Goloka Vrindavan. See, we worship Yashoda Damodar, but one time in Goloka Vrindavan, Radharani had given a time for Krishna to come, to meet at some place. And as usual, Krishna, taking care of so many things, he got late. He didn't reach there on time. So Radharani was really upset. So what did Radharani do? She took her golden belt and she tied Krishna there. That's why this month is also known as Radha Damodar. So there is Yashoda Damodar, but there is Radha Damodar because Radha also tied Krishna. So that is Radha Damodar. This pastime is very, very beautifully explained by Bilva Mangal Thakur. The other thing that's important is the deity of the Radha Damodar also appeared on this month. Jiva Goswami was given this deity by Rupa Goswami, and that also was given in the month of Kartik. And of course, we know that Yashoda Damodar Leela happened in this month of Kartik. So are you all inspired? Right? Kartik is so precious. It is so glorious. It is so merciful. So what activities actually we should do in Kartik? That is important. There are many activities that are prescribed. Some of the activities are especially important. And one of them is lighting of the ghee lamp. So there is this nice story as to what happened is there was a Vishnu temple where a lot of people would do worship. They would do puja, and when we do puja, we use the ghee wicks, and then when the light is gone, the wick sometimes remains, and there might be a little ghee in there. So there was a mouse that used to live in that temple. That mouse used to eat those ghee wicks that had been extinguished. One day, it so happened that the mouse was very hungry, and instead of waiting for the flame to extinguish, it grabbed the flame burning wick, and as it bit in its mouth, eventually the flame started getting heat into the mouth, so the mice started jumping. As the mouse was jumping, Lord Vishnu accepted it as an arati by that mouse and then gave the mouse liberation. So see, if that is the state of the mouse, what will happen to us if we light a ghee lamp with love and devotion? It's especially merciful. One of the other things that is very highly recommended in Kartik is fasting. Fasting is recommended actually for the whole Chaturmasya. There are recommendations. First month you do that, second month you do this, third month, you can see it on the picture there. Fourth month, that is the Kartik month, urad dal is recommended. You should not eat urad dal. But in Skanda Puran, there is a verse that says that whatever one usually eats, if he or she gives up some of the ingredients in that month of Kartik, then he or she achieves the same auspicious form as Lord, undoubtedly. So nothing major. Whatever you eat every day, something you decide, okay, this month I am going to do this. It has very positive benefit. It helps our stronger willpower. Willpower becomes really strong. There's a small story I'll tell you about willpower. Okay, I just read that today. There was a father and son who lived in Minnesota. The father was very old. He wrote a letter to his son. Son, this year I will not be able to plant potatoes in the backyard because I am getting very old. And I know you cannot help me because you are in the prison. So the son was in the prison. But the father was writing, your mother really likes potatoes, and I wish that there was something that could happen. So he wrote a letter to his son who was in the prison. The son immediately wrote him back, Father, please don't dig up the backyard. That's where I have hid the guns. So when the son wrote this back, the next day, what happened is all the police officers came in the backyard and they dug up the backyard to find the guns. They did not find any guns. So the father wrote back to his son, what happened? What is all this? And then the son wrote back, Father, now you can plant your potatoes. So where there is a will, there is a way, right? So we have to make our willpower strong. So we can do fasting in the month of Kartik. So what are in general activities that are recommended in the month of Kartik? General activities are, it starts by waking up early. How do we wake up early? Anybody here, Prabhu? How do we wake up early? Sleep early, right? It is for me, most importantly, right? But if you sleep early, then you'll wake up early. That's one of the most common problem with all the devotees is waking up early. And the solution is sleeping early. We have to chant the holy name. You know, a lot of devotees take vows to chant extra rounds. We offer the ghee lamp. We talked about that. We sing Damodar Ashtakam. It's a beautiful, beautiful Ashtakam. We sing it every evening. We sing Gopi Geet. We sing so that we develop the mood of the gopis. We sing so that we develop the attraction to Damodar, so that we develop the love. We give in charity. This month especially, whatever you give in charity has multi-fold return. We hear Krishna Katha that we are doing. We do some extra austerities that we talked about. Devotees sometimes can go to amazing extents as to what they would do. They could even say, I'm not going to wear X certain number of dress, or I'm not going to wear my favorite shoes this month, or something like that. They can make austerities like anything. But what is the goal of all these austerities? The goal of all these austerities and the activities is actually to deepen our devotional service, right? And that comes to the second part of the talk. So see, Jai Hari Prabhu is so intelligent and smart. He always says that he's not, but he is probably the smartest person around that we have. He clubbed these two so together so that naturally it will come to the next part as to mercy of the month of Kartik and how should we deepen our devotion. So we're going to talk about how to deepen our devotion next. Are you all with me? Put your hand up in the air, say Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram. Hare Hare. So how many of would you like to know how to deepen our devotion? Hari Bol. Yeah, I would also like to know how to deepen our devotion. But what is important? Why should we deepen our devotion? Or how should we deepen our devotion? Or what is the goal of deepening our devotion? Which question is important? Why is important? The answer is out there. Generally, these three questions are always there. Why, how, and what. But if your why is clear, then things will be very, very solid. All the literature of Vedic culture is also divided into these three questions. Why is the question that asks the question, why should I do what I am doing? Why are we all here? Why on a Saturday evening we are together here, we are serving the Lord? Why? Because that question of why comes from actually answering that is who I am. If we find out why I am doing this is because I am something that is in relation to the Lord, and that's my duty, right? So that why is important as to why we are doing. So let's go to once why is clear, then the what and the how become clear, right? So why to deepen our devotion? Let's talk about that. Why do we want to do this? It's because we all want to be happy. Is that correct? How many of people agree that we want to be happy? Okay. How about last Saturday's class? What did Jagat Sakshi Prabhu tell us? There was 3 things that he told us. One was happiness, second was peace, third was bliss. So what do we want to be actually? Blissful. Happiness comes from body, satisfaction. Peace comes from mind. And bliss comes from soul. So why do we want to be soul? Why do we want to be blissful? Because we are a soul. And as a soul, we are part and parcel of the Lord. So please repeat after me. Mamevamsho jivaloke jiva bhuta sanatana mana shasthani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. So Lord says in Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna that all the living beings are my part and parcel. So if you are a drop of the ocean, you carry the salt in that drop. If you are the sun ray, you carry the warmth of the sun. So if you are part of the Lord, then you carry the qualities of the Lord, but in that minute amount, because you are a very small part of the Lord. Don't start thinking that, oh, I'm the Lord, right? That's the main difference between devotees and Mayavadis who think that they can become Lord. No, we have some qualitative similarity with the Lord, but we should understand the quantitative difference as well. But there is qualitative similarity. So Krishna himself is saying that. Mame Vamsho Jivaloke. So my Ansha. So how is the Lord then? What are the Lord's qualities, right? What does Brahma say in Brahma Samhita? How is the Lord? Please repeat after me. Ishvara Parama Krishna. Sachidananda Vigraha. Anadiradir Govinda. Sarva Karana Karanam. So Krishna is Ishvara Paramaha. He is the supreme Ishwar, supreme controller. And what are his qualities? Sat, Chit and Anand. So that Anand is bliss. Because he is blissful. We have to be blissful. We are not blissful because we are in this material world and we are thinking ourselves as our body, not as a soul. The moment we start thinking ourselves as a soul, even if we are in this material world, we'll become blissful, right? We all want to be happy because the soul, the conscious force, the life within us is Sachidananda. And the soul must have bliss. That is our nature. That is the nature of the soul. That is very, very important. Now, what we are doing is we do want to be happy, blissful. We are Anandamayo Bhyasat, but we are doing this. We are in the material world trying to figure out that this is the time to be happy. How many of you know the concept of happy hour? Right? So you slate a time that this time I'm going to be happy. I'm going to work until 6 p.m. and then from 7 p.m. I'm going to be happy hour. Happiness in this material world is like writing on the sand. How long is that going to last? It is illusory, it is temporary, and moreover, it is duality. Like with what we think happiness, there is always associated sadness. You all remember cassette tape? Cassette tape had side A and side B. Side A were good songs. Side B were not so good songs, right? That's what it is. Life always in this material world, you have happiness on one side, you buy a big house, a big mansion, and then who's going to clean it up? Right? You buy a very expensive car, and there is a little scratch on that car, equally sad, right? You take it any material happiness, you will have this, right? But on the other hand, think about spiritual bliss. You know, if you just look at the devotees here, this is from late 60s, early 70s in Boston. Nobody gave them any money to do this. In fact, they left their, they were devotees who were millionaires here. They left everything. And they are chanting and they are happy and they're so happy, right? They're not only happy, they are blissful, right? Why? Because soul's nature is to be happy. And when are we happy? We are happy in the service of the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam says this very clearly, right? Please repeat after me. Save pumsa paro dharmo yator bhakti adhokshaje ahetuki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. Suprasidati, that is completely satisfied. Who? The Atma. When there is devotional service that is ahetuki and apratihata. Ahetuki means causeless. I'm going to serve the Lord. Why? Because I want to do it. There is no reason. What, do you want anything in exchange? No. Why are you loving? I just want to love you. That is love. Actual real love is without a cause. Unconditional love. That is what we want to do, right? Ahetuki apratihata. Apratihata is continuous, right? Without any breakage. It's not that I want to do devotional service today, not do tomorrow, then do next day, then not do the day after. It has to be continuous, right? So this is what we want to be. This is why. Our why should be clear. Why we want to do what we are doing, right? That's the reason why we are here today. Unless our why is clear, we would not make progress. Once our why is done, then we can go to the next question. And that next question is, what does this all mean to deepen our devotional service? You know, why do you want to do it? That's clear. Then what does it mean? To deepen our devotional service means to climb our stages of devotion. Now, what are the stages of devotional service? Some of you might already know, and we'll go through the stages of devotional service. If you do not know, it's okay. It is just that Acharyas have given this complete science that devotional service goes in stages. And these stages are not that you climb one stage and then you go to the next stage. Many times you are in many stages together. So it starts with Shraddha, then Sadhu Sangha, then Bhajan Kriya. You can speak up, yeah. Anartha Nivritti, then Nishtha, then Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, and Prema. That's the ultimate goal. Somebody said in the very beginning, Krishna Prema is the ultimate goal, right? So what does it mean to deepen our devotion? It means we need to see where we are, and we need to have our eyes on the goal. That's where I need to go, right? Whenever we go anywhere, we put the destination in the GPS, right? We just don't go start driving unless you know where you are going, right? So you have to have that goal in mind. That's where we want to go. These stages are broadly classified into two. Anartha Nivritti down, it is known as a stage of unsteady devotional service, okay? And from Nishtha up is the stage of steady devotional service. We want to get there. What do I mean by unsteady devotional service? Okay, if it gets too much, please let me know. Okay, this is just so that we know where we stand, right? You're all with me? So stage of unsteady devotional service is tasked by very early on when we are new. I can speak for myself. When I was new, when people said you have to chant 16 rounds, you have to do 4 regulative principles, that's easy. What else? Bring more, right? I was so enthusiastic. I was utsahamahi. And in that utsahamahi, I had a little more false confidence. I can do it. Nothing big deal about it, right? You start devotional service. Then what happens? Then happens after you start doing it for a few times, then the reality kicks in, right? After reality kicks in, some days are good. I chant 16. Oh, today I'm feeling very good. I chant 20, 34, 32, 64, right? The next day, I'm really tired today. Did not wake up last night. I was chanting until 1 a.m. So then next stage is the stage where the endeavor becomes sporadic or ghanatarala. I chanted 64 yesterday. Maybe I cannot chant for 4 days. That would be okay, right? And then maybe I'll chant 32 and maybe okay for 2 days. So maybe Friday I'll chant 32 and I'll be off like Saturday, Sunday. How about that? So this stage is known as Ghanatarala. How many of you identify with any of these stages? You are two also very good. You may not agree with this, but some of you are courageous who said yes. Then what happens? The next stage is very interesting. Then you start thinking, there's some things in my life that I have to change. It is not working out. I think that, Bhavagrahi Prabhu or Chirayu Prabhu have really good. They have their business. They can decide when to go to work. As a doctor, I am like, I have to go to work at 6:30 in the morning, come back 6:30. Very bad. Maybe I need to change my job. Kamal Krishna Prabhu has a better life. He is IT. He can work from home. I need to find out how I can work from home. That will actually help me improve my spiritual life. So we have this viewed vikalpa. We are looking at decisions. What can I do? Maybe I can go part-time. Maybe I can stop doing this. Maybe I can change something outside. that will help my spiritual life. This is another stage that comes in, right? So that's a stage of indecision. Then what happens, slowly you start understanding that it is not actually the outside world that is troubling. It is the inside world that is troubling. I have to change my own priorities. If we have trouble waking up in the morning, how many of people here have woken up early to catch a flight? Including myself, right? To catch a flight, we can wake up at 2, 3. Why? Oh, the deal was so good. I saved like $100, right? So to save the money there, we took a flight that was a little uncomfortable for us, but we did it. Why? Because that was high up on our priority list. So then from changing the externals, we come to a realization that, oh, I have to change internals. And that is the stage where we struggle with our own senses, right? Where we decide whether we need to change something on the inside or not, right? Once we make a little more progress, then what happens is we start taking some vows. I want to really chant 16 rounds. I want to follow 4 regulative principles, and I want to read, Prabhupada books, and I want to do maybe deity service, and I want to take this class, and then we have some vows that we have to take. But what happens is sometimes you follow those rules, sometimes you don't follow those rules. So that stage is known as a stage of inability to uphold vows. You have taken vows in the good way, but you sometimes are unable to uphold them, and that is okay. All these stages are normal stages. Nothing is abnormal. See, acharyas have so nicely explained that this is how you will progress. That a child, before he starts walking, will crawl, right? Before crawling, the child will learn how to turn. So these are all stages in our devotional service, which is very normal. What we have to do is just understand where we are, and then we have to go. If you follow all that, then what happens is, oh, you have become such a nice devotee. You have nice tilak, you have a nice dress, you come, you have chanting bag. People say, Prabhuji, you are very nice, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, your class the other day was fantastic. Prabhuji, the way you chant in the morning, it is just amazing. Mataji, aapke chehre pe to chamak, oh my God, look at the glow on your face. So this stage, we have to be very careful. This stage is known as Taranga Rangini. We are enjoying in the facilities that are offered by other devotees. Prabhuji, please sit here. I have this nice seat for you, right? People like me come and sit here on the Vyasasana and have puffed up like, oh, yes, I gave a class. You see, everybody told that was a good class. This is Taranga Rangini. This is detrimental, because this will keep me in the stage of anartha nivritti, and that is unsteady devotional service. When we cross all that, then the faith in our heart becomes really strong, and that is nishtha. That is nishtha. After our faith is strong, we will get to a stage known as ruchi. Ruchi is where you have actually taste in chanting the holy name. So if you think that, oh, I'm going to chant only after I get the taste, your ruchi is going to come after nishtha. Nishtha is going to come after anartha nivritti. So you have to actually get rid of all your anarthas. And anarthas are saying bad about other devotees, criticizing, gossiping, all those things, even thinking something bad about the devotees next to us. They are all conditioned. We are all conditioned. If something is bad in me, something is bad in somebody. These are conditions. As a soul, what are our qualities? Sat, Chit, Anand. We are all similar to the Lord as a soul. So if I see you and I see you as a soul, there is Paramatma sitting there too. That is what our vision should be. I'll give you a very simple self-check on this one. Not complicated words, very simple self-check. And I asked Antardeep Prabhu, and he gave me this very good classification. I said, how I can see that I am actually progressing, right? How can I assess myself that I am actually progressing? He said that you take this example, And this is example the same that we can follow in our family. When we take birth in our family as a child, what are we? We are a beneficiary, right? Mama feeds us, daddy takes care of us, all the relatives take care of us. As a child, baby, newborn, you are the beneficiary of the services that everybody is giving you. Are you not? Everybody agrees? Anybody who does not agree, please raise your hand. That as a child, you are a beneficiary, right? What is the next stage as a child? As the child starts getting bigger, the mother can say, could you please hand over that glass to me? The father is going to say, can you please, bring me water? And I'm making an IKEA table. I could say, my son, could you please give me a hand, right? Could you at least sort out your clothes so that we can put in the laundry? Colored separate, white separate, at least help out, right? At least put you. So you become a contributor. Everybody agrees? Is that normal? We must have done it also in our own way, right? What is the next stage? The next stage is when, as a child, when we grow a little bit bigger, or as a teenager, we are committed that, Mom, I think I can take care of this. In the afternoon on Saturdays, my dad used to run a clinic and I would take lunch for him. After some time, I remember as a Saturday, I took that responsibility that, Mom, I'll carry the lunch to the clinic. And I got a chance to sit in the clinic also. So something like that, we must have all done it, right? You take commitment that, okay, I'm going to do this, right? As a child, you do that. Then, as you grow older, maybe you run a family, if you marry, then you become dedicated. You're dedicated to each other, right? No matter what happens, I'm going to be by your side. As life partner, we say that, right? I'm going to play an important role in the family. I'll become a dedicator. And then at some point in your life, when you have kids, you become missionary. That your whole sole purpose of life or living becomes that you're going to live for your child, right? Or you're going to live your life and serve your parents back, or your brother or sister or family, whoever it may be. Does everybody agree with this? It makes sense? Let's rewind now. Let's come to our spiritual life, okay? You are here, right? You are here, and we come. I can say my own example. When I first joined the center, when I came, what did I do? I came to the center, I sat, paid obeisances, heard the class, participated in the kirtan, ate prasadam, washed hands, and got out. What was I? I was a beneficiary. When I joined the center, initially, I was a beneficiary. I took the benefits of all the services that are giving in the center. This is very important, devotees. Please pay attention, right? What was the second stage? Second stage is that maybe I became a little contributor. I started maybe cleaning up with the least amount of skill that is required, not least, but at least on my level, I can say, at least where you can see, you can plug yourself in very easily, right? So I started contributing, maybe cleaning up the center a little bit, maybe serving the prasadam a little bit, maybe cleaning up or arranging something. I started contributing a little bit here and there in the center. So that's the next level of where your growth is. What's the third level? Committed. What is committed means? Committed means that you have taken a service and you are committed for it. Not that after 5 years, Prabhu ji, abhi to initiation bhi ho gaya. Abhi bhi aap bartan dhulwa rahe ho. Not that after initiation I should stop, cleaning the dishes, right? Once you're committed to a service, that is it. You are committed unless you are asked by a superior authority that why don't you take on somebody, something else, or you are so good in this service, why don't you develop other devotees and give them chances who may not be where you are? Why don't you form a team? Why don't you spread this devotional service, right? That is committed. And then comes a stage of dedicated. A lot of devotees have taken initiation recently, right? a initiated devotee should be at the minimum of dedicated stage, right? Where you have taken a vow, you have said that I'm going to dedicate myself to the mission of Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada's mission was not his mission, it was the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Krishna himself. So we are dedicating ourselves to the mission of Krishna. And some souls will go to a point where they could take on some hardships on themselves to do benefit for others. And they are all missionaries. So our current Guru Varga is all in this category. They are missionaries. Does that all make sense? As to where we talked about why devotional service is important. You're all with me? Right? Because we are a soul. So that's why the devotional service is important. Then we talked about what does it mean to go deeper in devotional service. So we talked about the various stages. Then we talked about the stages inside this unsteady devotional service, where I think majority of us are, right? And in that also, we talked about something in very simple terms. These 5 things that everybody can remember. Whether we are a beneficiary, a contributor, we are committed, we are dedicated, or we are looking at missionaries, right? And the mercy flows from bottom up here, if you think about it. From missionary, the mercy is flowing all the way to the beneficiaries. And the mercy is that beneficiaries can actually become contributors very easily. Contributors can very easily become committed. And committed can very easily become dedicated. Nobody is stopping you. The only person who is stopping you is you yourself. We have to desire that. Now comes the point, how can we deepen this devotion, right? How can we do it? In the month of Kartik, there are some simple activities that we can do. And we touched upon this already, okay? Last 5 minutes, dear devotees, not much. We have touched these things already. We're going to rise early, bathe, we're going to chant, we're going to serve Tulsi, we're going to sing Damodar Ashtakam, Gopi Geet, we're going to celebrate all these festivals, we're going to make prasad, distribute prasad, right? How do we remember all these? Devotees make it so easy. There are 5 most important things in devotional service. Rupa Goswami has given 64 items of devotional service in Nectar of Instructions, Nectar of Devotions. You don't have to remember that. Out of those, only 5 are important, okay? They are, repeat after me, deity, devotee, naam, dham, bhagavatam. Deity, devotee, naam, dham, bhagavatam. Very easy, right? Repeat that. Deity, devotee, naam, dham, bhagavatam. 5, these are the things that we do. We do deity worship, we offer ghee lamp, we serve Tulsi. Devotees, we do sadhu sangha, right? Sadhu sangha, sarva shastra kaya, lava matra sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi haya. Srila Prabhupada used to say, Krishna consciousness is 90% sadhu sangha. Rest also is 10%. So you have to really identify who is sadhu and how to take sangha. And you always have to try to aspire for somebody who is superior than you. So that's sadhu sangha. If you do sadhu sangha, everything else will fall. So deity, devotee, sadhu sangha, naam is holy name, chanting of the holy name, dham is pilgrimage. If we can go to Vrindavan, we can meditate on Vrindavan, right? Srila Prabhupada said, wherever there is an ISKCON center, that's a dham, right? So this is a dham. And Bhagavatam, daily reading of Bhagavatam or other scriptures. That's what we need to do. So it's all clear, right? You're all with me? Please repeat after me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So last 2 slides, but these are probably the most important slides of the whole thing. Okay, are you all ready for it? I did not hear it. I still could not hear it. There you go. So here, Kartik from a very different point of view. If you did not like what I said, just listen to this and you will have a completely different view of Kartik. This is a letter of Srila Prabhupada to His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, written in 30th of January 1969. I will read it out And please pay attention, dear devotees. Srila Prabhupada is writing, you have asked me about the specialness of this month of Kartik. And the answer is that it is a special inducement for persons who are not in Krishna consciousness to perform some devotional service. That's a very heavy statement, right? Srila Prabhupada follows, for persons who are doing nothing in Krishna consciousness, it is an indirect inducement to take devotional service in earnest seriousness. Actually, every moment is Kartika. In this connection, there is a good example that sometimes a store gives a special concession to attract new customers. Thanksgiving is coming. But for those who are already customers, there is no need for a special sale. They will purchase at any cost if they know the important value of the goods. You all agree? Right? So just read this out. This is so important. Similarly, those who are pure devotees and do not aspire for any concession and out of spontaneous love try to engage themselves in devotional service 24 hours each day and 365 days every year without any stoppage. We certainly should try to see what Srila Prabhupada here is trying to convey, dear devotees, right? It is not something very simple. It is very, very deep. We all have a tendency to forget the preciousness of that everyday schedule that Srila Prabhupada has given us. Wake up early, chant in the morning, do deity worship, read Bhagavatam, bhajans, prasadam, book distribution. This is it, right? What Srila Prabhupada actually is saying that in Kartik, you should work on our weaknesses. We should ask this question. We should approach this month of Kartik really with intelligence. Not just as what we call bhed chal, that I will do what everybody else is doing, right? What do you do in Kartik? No, not that, but approach Kartik with intelligence. What do I mean by that? I mean that Kartik is here and I'm performing these vratas, but I want pious credit or I want to develop prema bhakti. What's my question? What's my goal here? Am I going to approach it as a process wala, or that this is what needs to be done, or as a personalist? No, Krishna is a person. I need to develop relationship with Krishna. Do I want to love Radha Damodar, or I want to use their mercy, right? We really need to ask these questions. We need to ask this question, is there something about my relationship with devotees that I could work on this month of Kartik? Is there something about my relationship with the holy name? Is that something that I could do? Is there something about my relationship with my guru that I could do this month of Kartik? What could I do better? What are my weaknesses? And I am going to work in this month of Kartik, right? The answers to these questions are very, very simple and clear for each devotee. And for each devotee, it will be slightly different. Dear devotees, Kartik is not a quick fix. We have to remember that we use the mercy of Srimati Radharani in this month of Kartik to help us. But we have to really understand that we can speak to her about that. And that this does not end with Kartik. Radharani's mercy does not end on the last day of Kartik. It is there. It is there for us. It is there for us all year round. We just have to tap into it, right? We use this month to facilitate building a relationship which is based on realization of our needs. What do I need to get better? To go from where I am to the next step, what do I need? Do I need more association? Do I need right association? Do I need to read books? Do I need to chant better? I'm chanting 2 rounds. Should I go to 4 rounds? I'm not eating prasadam. Should I eat prasadam? This is what we need to ask, right? And if we deepen, if we are depending on Radharani's mercy, then it will illuminate our heart. So my dear devotees, in this way, Kartik can be very, very special. And if there is nothing else that you take from this presentation, just remember this picture. This is my last slide, and I'll end after that. Kartik is an ocean of Srimati Radharani's mercy. How many of you have been next to an ocean or on a seashore? Pretty much everybody, right? In an ocean, you will find there will be some people who will be walking by the sand. They will not get their feet wet. They will just appreciate the ocean from a distance, right? There'll be some people who will roll up their sleeves, roll up their pants, and maybe dip their toes into the water a little bit. Then there are some who might just go a little bit into it. And then there are some who will go deep inside and swim. There are some who don't know how to swim, but they will go deep inside to learn how to swim. Radharani's mercy is there, and it is unlimited. It is on us whether we want to appreciate the spiritual life from a distance, whether we want to just dip our toes and fingers, or whether we want to actually go and take a real dip and actually taste it, that what it is that is there in this month. So dear devotees, this month is full of mercy and glory. You take one step, and Krishna and Radharani will take 1,000 steps towards you. So with that, I would like to say thank you. Thank you for your time. If I said something that was nice, it was all because of previous acharyas. I took everything from a lot of Guru Varga, a lot of great devotees who have given talks and put it here. If I said something that was mistake, that was my own, please forgive me. I am a little over time. I've asked forgiveness. Maybe if there is some time, 5 minutes, I could take some questions. Thank you so much. Or reflections or chastisement. Thank you. Yes, Prabhu. Oh, sure. I can share the whole presentation with you. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Very nice question. Yeah, I will repeat the question. Prabhuji's question is so nice. His question is, in these various stages of devotional service, how do we differentiate between Shraddha and Nishtha? If we have, there is one thing here which is known as Anartha Nivritti. If you have gotten to a point, in my opinion, where you have no anarthas left in you, then your Shraddha becomes Nishtha. Because see, Shraddha towards the Lord is pure. The faith in the Lord is always pure. It is actually weak. It is weak because we are covered with so many other things. Because Lord is spiritual and He is all-potent. If somebody has a faith in the Lord, that faith itself is pure, but it is weak. What happens with time is that pure faith becomes stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, and the strong, pure faith is Nishtha. That is not shakeable, right? So, Shraddha, you have faith in the Lord, but you are easily swayed by something else. Somebody comes and talks to you about, this is useless, come with me, let's go party. Then if you are, your Shraddha is weak, you will be swayed easily. But if you have taken enough sadhu sangha, done enough bhajan kriya, your anartha nivritti has happened, that Shraddha then becomes Nishtha. It is unshakable faith. That is Nishtha. So those stages, they are, at any given point, we are in many stages. And anartha nivritti is the longest stage. Although I have written here so that, you know, in the picture it is depicted as they are all same, but they are different. Did that answer your question, Prabhu? Thank you. Thank you for such wonderful question. Yes, Mataji. Yes, go ahead, Shama Priya Mataji. Yes, Mataji, you are very, very good. Once we get to those stages, then, the question was, Mataji's question was, is there much difference between Ruchi and Asakti? So, Ruchi is, literally speaking, Ruchi is a point where you have taste in the holy name or taste in the devotional service. So you enjoy really doing your activity, whatever your devotional service is, whether that's book distribution, whether that's prasadam, whether that's deity service, chanting holy name, you have ruchi in it, right? You want to do it. Asakti is that you love it so much that you cannot live without it. So that's asakti. So it is one stage higher. Yeah. So ruchi is, yes, you are getting the taste, but in asakti you cannot live without it. Thank you. Any other comments? Yes, Mataji. Yes. Yes, Mataji's question is, in the stage of unstaged devotional service, the last is Taranga Rangani. How do we get out of it? We get out of it by having real good sadhu sangha. If you're always surrounding yourself with, give an example. If you are a high school tennis player and you always play with middle school students, how are you going to feel? Right? I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. So how do you know where you are actually? You know where you are as a high school student if you play with high school student who are really your friends and they'll say, hey, you are doing this serve not good. If you do it this way, you'll get better. Right? So you need to be either at your level association and really ask the devotees, what is it that I should do better? You know, your real friend is somebody who could tell you that. But you should be ready to take that criticism or that constructive feedback. You know, most of us are asking for that, but we are not ready mentally to take it. If you are ready mentally to take it, then there are many devotees around you, believe me, who can tell you what you're doing not doing right. But we are not ready to take it, right? The first thing is we need to be ready to take it. And the second is we need to position ourselves. If you put yourself among pro players, among college student players, and if you are a high school player, you would for sure know where you stand. So if we are in the association of real sadhu sangha is, defined where you associate with devotees who are higher than you, above you, then you get the right association. Then you'll be out of Taranga Rangini. Thank you. This is good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate for your time and attention, and I apologize for taking extra time. I hope and wish that the Kartik month really, really gives a big push in your devotional service. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna. Anybody here who's here for the first time? Visiting us, ISKCON Cincinnati? Yes, there's one Prabhuji. Do we have mics? Extra mics? Wireless mic? Nahi. So Prabhuji, can you come a little forward and tell us your name and where you are from and how did you hear about us? Maybe you can come here in the front. So,
Unfortunately, the cordless mic is not working today.
Can you उनका सुन सकते हो नाम?
Hi.
Yes.
My name is Ramesh Shanbhag.
Ramesh Shanbhag.
I've been in Cincinnati for 4 years.
And how did you hear about us? Darshit Prabhu, Hari Bol. Darshit Prabhu, okay, wonderful. Wonderful. Who? Oh, Adi Guru Prabhu. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. All right, so let's welcome Ramesh Prabhu by chanting three times Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Thank you. Please keep coming every Saturday. We have this wonderful program. Okay, anybody else here for the first time? Okay, everybody else has been coming repeatedly. That means, so say, you come once and you repeat. So thank you so much for coming and joining us every Saturday. Any other announcements, Adi Guru Prabhu, besides? Adi Guru Prabhu, any other announcements? No. Okay. All right. So then we'll move on to our next part of the program, which is Arati. So we'll do Arati, sing Aratis, and then like we started a tradition. So today I think I missed the class because I was with the kids. But in the Kartik, we take vows, we take Sankalpa. I think Prabhuji was talking about that, right? So last week, actually, as a precursor to Kartik, we started Japa for those who want to deepen their sadhana. So Anandini Gopika Mataji and Manyakshi Mohini, and there, I think this whole room was full last week. So we will continue that tradition, especially as we are going into Kartik month. So we'll do one round of chanting for anybody who would like, who is new to chanting or was experienced but want to do as a group. We can do that. We also do every morning we do our Japa Sangha. ISKCON Cincinnati, we've been doing it for the last 1.5 years. Vishwanath Prabhu posts the link every morning, Zoom meeting. So we start at 4:30 and we go all the way up to 6 o'clock with our Japa. So it's not that you have to start at 4:30. You can take your steps. Again, it's your personal Sankalpa that you can take. If you want to chant, if you're doing already 1 round, 2 round, you can try to increase that, 4 rounds, 8 rounds, whatever. So you can join us in the morning. We all do as a group. Like I said, from 4:30 we start all the way up to 6 o'clock. We do our Japa as the ISKCON Cincinnati Sangha. And then we also read books because Shravanam and Kirtanam are the basis for everything. So we read right now we're reading Srila Prabhupada Leelamrit, which is very nectarian, which talks about the whole journey of Srila Prabhupada, how he started from India and then how much struggles he also had to go through. But so many loving exchanges and pastimes that he has with his disciples. So we read about all those. We get a lot of inspiration to continue our own bhakti, looking at what his disciples, who are all foreigners from America, who had not even heard of the name Krishna and Ram, right? And how much they struggled. They completely surrendered their life. Some of them were millionaires, they're kids of millionaires, but they surrendered their life to Srila Prabhupada. So what all struggles they went through, if we think we are from Indian background, Indian culture, we already know about Krishna, Ram, Krishna, Hari, growing up. And still, that level of surrender that they showed, Prabhupada himself showed, we don't, right? So how can we learn? We don't have to imitate them, but we can take inspiration from all of those stories. So it's wonderful. So we read that every morning from 6 to 6:30. And we sing some bhajans also of our Vaishnava Acharya. So that is our morning program. Especially in the month of Kartik, we should all endeavor to improve our quality of sadhana. So whatever it is, like I said, we don't have to compare one with another. Wherever our journey is, we know where we are. So we just have to see how we can improve, because it should be realistic, what we can accomplish, not like, oh, I'm going to chant 32 rounds from tomorrow. No, but which is you cannot sustain for the month. So whatever you can practically do, it's just between you and Krishna. That's all. You don't have to worry about what others are doing. It's between you and Krishna. But whatever you do it sincerely and genuinely. And you do that 1 month, then Radharani gives you the kripa, Radharani gives you the special mercy that you can actually continue that process, not just for this month of Kartik, but for the whole year. So that is the whole idea. Okay? So all right. So we'll all rise for Aarti, and then we will do Japa, and then we'll have Prashadam. Hare Krishna.
Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Ko Shobha
Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Ko Shobha.
All glories to the beautiful Arti ceremony of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu.
Kiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Ko Shobha.
Kiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Ko Shobha.
जगमान लोभा
नवीताटावने जगमान लोभा
जानवी तटवने जगमान लोभा
नवीताटावने जगमान लोभा.
All glories to the beautiful arti ceremony of Shri Shri Gaurachandra being conducted on the banks of the Ganga. It's attracting the minds of the entire universe.
Kiba dakhin nithai chan vame gadadhara
Kibadaki nenitai chan ame gadadhara
dakhin nithai chan vame gadadhara
Kibadaki nithai chan ame gadadhara
nikate advaita shrini vasachhatradhara
Nikate advaita shrini vasachhatradhara
nikate advaita shrini vasachhatradhara
Nikate advaita shrini vasachhatradhara.
During this arti ceremony, on Lord Ganga's right hand is Nityananda Prabhu, and on his left is Radha Pandit. Nearby is Advaita Acharya, and Srivas Pandit is holding an umbrella over the head of the Lord.
Kiba boshi yache Gaura chand Ratna Singhasane
Shiva Boshi Ache Gaurachan Ratna Simhasane
Arati Korena Brahma Adi Deva Gane
Arati Korena Brahma Adideva Gane
Arati Korena Brahma Adi Deva Gane
Arati Korena Brahma Adideva Gane.
Shri Gaurachandra takes a seat on a jeweled throne, Singhasan. And Lord Brahma, along with all the other devatas, are present performing this arti ceremony.
Kiba Nara Hari Adi Kori Jamara Dhulaya
Kibanara Hari Adi Gori Chamara Dhulaya
Kiba Nara Hari Adi Kori Chamara Dhulaya
Kibanara Hari Adi Gori Chamara Dhulaya
Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Ghosh Adi Gaya
Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Ghoshadi Gaya
Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Ghosh Adi Gaya
Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Ghoshadi Gaya.
As the arti ceremony is going on, the devotees around Mahaprabhu, what are they doing? Narhari Sarkar and others fan the Lord with chamaras. And Sanjay Pandit, Mukunda Datta, and Vasudev Ghosh, as well as many others, are all singing his glories.
Shankha baje, ghanta baje, baje kadatala.
Kiba shankha baje, ghanta baje, baje karatala.
Shankha baje, ghanta baje, baje karatala.
Kiba shankha baje, ghanta baje, baje karatala.
Madhura mridanga baje, paramarasala.
Madhura mridanga baje, paramarasala.
Madhura mridanga baje, paramarasala.
Madhura mridanga baje, paramarasala.
The conch shell is resonating. The bells are ringing. And along with the sounds of the kartals and the sweet sound of the mridanga, all of these converge to create the highest ras.
Madhur, madhur, madhur baje.
Madhur, madhur, madhur baje.
Madhur, madhur, madhur baje.
Madhur, madhur, madhur baje.
Shankha baje, ghanta baje. Madhur, madhur, madhur baje.
Shankha baje, ghanta baje. Madhur, madhur, madhur baje.
Shankha baje, ghanta baje. Madhur, madhur, madhur baje.
Shankha baje, ghanta baje. Madhur, madhur, madhur baje.
Shankha baje, ghanta baje. Madhur, madhur, madhur baje.
Shankha baje, ghanta baje. Madhur, madhur, madhur baje.
Shankha baje, ghanta baje. Madhur, madhur, madhur baje.
Shankha baje, ghanta baje. Madhur, madhur, madhur baje.
Madhur, madhur, madhur
Madhur, madhur, madhur baje.
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 Hari bol, Hari bol, Gaura Hari bol.
Nitai Gaur Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol, Gaura Hari bol.
Nitai Gaur Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol. Nitai Gaur Hari bol.
বাহু কোটি চন্দ্রজিনী বদন উজ্জ্বলা
বাহু কোটি চন্দ্রজিনী বদন উজ্জ্বলা
শিবা বাহু কোটি চন্দ্রজিনী বদন উজ্জ্বলা
কিবা বাহু কোটি চন্দ্রজিনী বদন উজ্জ্বলা
গলা দেশে বনমালা করে ঝলমালা
দেশে বনমালা করে ঝলমালা
গলা দেশে বনমালা করে ঝলমালা
দেশে বনমালা করে ঝলমালা।
Lord Chaitanya's brilliant face has such an effulgence that it can conquer millions of moons. And even the garland of forest flowers that is around his neck is glimmering with such splendor.
Kiba Shiva Shuka Narada Preme Gada Gada
Kiva Shiva Sukha Narada Preme Gada Gada
Kiba Shiva Shuka Narada Preme Gada Gada
Kiva Shiva Sukha Narada Preme Gada Gada
Bhakati Vinoda Deke Gaurara Sampada
Bhakti Vinoda Deke Gaurara Sampada
Bhakati Vinoda Deke Gaurara Sampada
Bhakti Vinoda Deke Gaurara Sampada.
All the great devotees like Lord Shiva, Shukadeva Goswami, and Narada are choked up in bliss upon seeing this sight. In this way, Bhaktivinoda Thakur observes the majesty of Gauranga Mahaprabhu.
Kiba Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Koshobha
Kiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Koshobha
Kiba Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Koshobha
Kiva Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Koshobha
Anavi Katavane Jagamana Lobha
Navitavane Jagamana Lobha
Janavi Tatavane Jagamana Lobha
Navitavane Jagamana Lobha
Gauranga
जगजानमनलोभा
गौराङ्गिरारोतिक्षोभा जगजनमनलोभा
गौरङ्गेरारति शोभा जगजानमनलोभा
गौराङ्गिरारोतिक्षोभा जगजनमनलोभा
गौरङ्गेरारति शोभा जगजानमनलोभा
गौराङ्गिरारोतिक्षोभा जगजनमनलोभा
गौरङ्गेरारति शोभा जगजानमनलोभा
जगजनमनलोभा
जगजानमनलोभा
जगजनमनलोभा
जगजानमनलोभा
हरि बोल हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
ताय गौर हरि बोल
हरि बोल
हरि बोल
हरि बोल
हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
जय प्रभुपाद
प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद
प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai,
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 Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai.
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada,
Prabhupada, Prabhupada,
Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jayam Vishnupad Brahman Saparivajakacharya Astuta Sachishman His Divine Grace. Abhay Charanavinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki. Shri Vrindavan Mathura Dham Ki. Shri Mayapur Navadvip Dham Ki. Ganga Maya Yamuna Maya Ki. Bhakti Devi Tulsi Maharani Ki. Samaveta Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki. Nitai Gaura Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Thank you, bro. No problem. I understand. It's not an easy situation. Thank you for following me. I'm moving the whole time.
Narasimhaya, Namaste Narasimhaya, Prahlada Lada Dahine, Prahlada Lada Dahine, Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha, Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha, Shilatan Kana Kalaye, Shilatan Kana Kalaye, Eto Nasima Parato Nasima, Eto Narsima, Rato Narsima, Yato Yato Yamitato Narsima, Yamitato Narsima, Hare Narsima, Hridaya Narsima, Hare Narsima, Hridaya Narsima, Narasimha Madam Sharanam Prapade, Narasimha Madam Sharanam Prapade, Tava Kara Kamala Varenakha Madhuta Shringa, Salita Hiranyakashipu Tanuvringa, Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare, Jai Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Hiranyakashipu Tanuvringa, Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Narasimhadev, 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 Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, भगवान की जय, भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। महाप्रसादे गोविंदे नमो ब्राह्मणे वैष्णवे, नमो ब्राह्मणे वैष्णवे, सब पुण्यवतं राजन् विश्वासने जायते, शरीरा विद्या जाओ जननियता एका, जीवे फैले विषय सागरे, तारा मध्य जीवाती लोभ मोसु धर्माती, ताके जेथा गति न संसारे, कृष्ण बर दयामय तारी बारे जीवन जय, प्रसादन धीरो भाई, सेना मृत पाओ, श्री राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ, प्रेम में डाको श्री चैतन्य निताय, जय निमाय जय निताय, जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री गौरताय महाप्रसादम की जय।
Okay, so now we'll have one round of japa in this room right here on the left side of where I am. So we will do one round of japa. So those of us who want to join us for japa session, please join us, and then we will also have prasadam. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you. यहाँ पे एक्चुअली वो सब बच्चे